同學，今次我們將會學習 Organizing a one-minute answer free concept. Organizing a one-minute answer free. 上一課提過 using samples and examples. 今課繼續教 other structures in a response. Part A is the discussion question on which summer jobs are suitable for school magazine. Part B, individual response. Question 1. If you had to apply for one of the two jobs, which one would it be and why? Question 2. Which do you think is more important in looking for a part-time job, the pay or the experience, and why? Question 3. What do students who have part-time jobs spend their money on? Question 4. Do you think students should do part-time jobs? Question 5. What skills do part-time jobs teach students that aren't taught at school? Question 6. Do you think students' schoolwork is affected by doing part-time jobs? Task 1. Try to answer the following questions orally without a lookout. Then read out the answers. Highlight the connectives. Question 1. If you had to apply for one of the two jobs, which one would you be and why? If I had to apply for one of these jobs, I'd opt for the position of teaching assistant. I believe that I meet the requirements for this position, as I have strong English and organizational skills and love acting. I participate in many school plays and musicals, and I'd welcome the opportunity to share my love for drama with young children. In addition, I have two young cousins and I love playing with them when they come to visit us. I don't think the job as a telecommunication promoter would be suitable for me, as I have other weekend commitments, such as playing sports and spending time with my family. The working hours for this job would clash with those activities. Secondly, the pay for the job is commission-based, and I'd prefer to work for an hourly rate, as it will provide a more steady and reliable source of income. Question 2. Which do you think is more important in looking for a part-time job, the pay or the experience, and why? Some people who are looking for a part-time job would say that pay is more important than experience, while others would say the opposite. In my opinion, your reason for taking the job will determine which of these factors is more important to you. For example, if you are looking for a part-time employment in order to help support your family or to save money for a major purchase, then you may consider the pay to be the most important aspect. In this situation, the teaching assistant position would be the logical choice as it is a more reliable source of income. However, if you are taking the job because you want to have a career in a related field, then the experience may be the more important factor. For instance, if you are interested in pursuing a career in sales, then a job with a telecommunication company would be a better choice for the future. Question 3. What do students who have part-time jobs spend their money on? From my experience, I'd say that most students with part-time jobs spend their money on superficial things like food, clothing, and entertainment. Even though our parents urge us to be sensible and save our money, it's more enjoyable to spend it on fashionable new clothes, exciting new gadgets, and natural activities such as eating at restaurants and cafes, going to a cinema, and singing karaoke with our friends. On the other hand, some students do opt to save their money for the future. They may save their money for overseas holidays or for further education, for example. However, in my opinion, only a minority of students do this. Finally, I think that there are also some students who use the money they make from their part-time jobs to help other people. For instance, they may donate money to charities or use the money to help their families with living expenses. Question 4. Do you think students should do part-time jobs? I think that students should definitely do part-time jobs during their summer holidays. Not only can they earn money to help them save for the future, but they can gain valuable experience that will help them in their future careers. Furthermore, part-time jobs can help students to understand the importance of qualities such as punctuality, reliability, and responsibility. However, I don't think that it's a good idea for students to take on part-time jobs during the school year, as this could negatively affect their schoolwork and well-being. Students who work after school and at the weekend will have less time to devote to their studies. They will also be more tired and therefore may struggle to concentrate at school. They may experience stress from their jobs as well as pressure from school. To summarize, I recommend that students take on part-time work during summer holidays, but not during term time. Question 5. What skills do part-time jobs teach students that aren't taught at school? There are many skills that part-time jobs can teach students. One of these skills is customer service. This is not something that is taught at school, but it is a very valuable skill to master. Knowing how to deal with customers, especially angry customers, is something that students are likely to find useful in later life. More generally, students can improve their interpersonal skills through a part-time job. At school, students mostly interact with people of their own age, but in a job, they are likely to meet and work with many people of different ages and backgrounds. A first skill that isn't taught at school but that students can learn from a part-time job is money management. By this I mean both dealing with cash and payments. For example, if they are working in a shop and making sensible decisions about how to use the money that they will earn from the job. Question 6. Do you think students' schoolwork is affected by doing part-time jobs? In my opinion, students' schoolwork can be negatively affected if they have part-time jobs. It is widely known that academic success requires a lot of hard work, and students must use all of their valuable time wisely. Students who work after school or at the weekend will not have as much time available to spend on their studies. As a result, their academic performance will suffer. In addition, students who work may be forced to stay up very late to complete their homework or revise for exams. As a consequence, they will be exhausted at school the following day and won't be able to concentrate on their schoolwork. The additional stress that they experience in their job will also negatively affect their schoolwork, and it's difficult to perform at your best when you are under too much stress. I think that students should think very carefully before they take on a part-time job. Thank you. Some facts at the beginning further support your point of view. Complimentary closing. Thank you. Though this is not necessary, a complimentary closing can leave a good impression with the examiner. Task 2. Examiner says, let's move on to Part B. Candidate A, you have up to 1 minute to answer the following questions. Do you know anyone who is forced by the parents to take part in extracurricular activities that don't enjoy? 如果你回答 no 這個問題，你仍然需要擴展你的答案。Candidate A says, yes. I have a friend whose parents are very strict and they basically decide what he does every minute of the day, including how he spends his free time. His parents have high hopes for him and they force him to take part in a lot of different extracurricular activities, most of which he doesn't enjoy. For example, he has to learn 2 musical instruments at the same time, the violin and the clarinet. He's not interested in classical music at all, but he has to learn both instruments because his parents want him to get into a good school. He loves football, but his parents don't let him play because they think football is only for the general public. Instead, they make him play golf because they think golf is for better educated people. Apart from music and sport, his parents also force him to learn French because they think knowing another European language will give him a competitive edge later when he applies for university. Reminder for weaker students. Some weaker candidates employ an apparently prepared strategy to ask for another question if they have felt the initial question to be unsatisfactory in some way. Candidates should be discouraged from employing such a strategy as a means of gaining higher marks. Examiners will take the refusal to answer the first question into account in giving their final marks. By the time the examiner has chosen the second question, the candidate is left with little time to demonstrate his or best level English. With less time to answer, it's a strategy to be detrimental to the candidate's performance rather than gaining an advantage. Now, do the exercise to test yourself by Exercise. Complete the following by answering without a lookout. Record your answer using your mobile phone. Watch it again and give some comments yourself. Question 1. What extracurricular activities do you take part in? Question 2. Do you usually decide how to spend your free time or do your parents decide for you?